In EA and DICE's continued attempts to break into the genre that was redefined by the success of Call of Duty 4, they released their second attempt at campaign story writing and abandoned the attempted tactical features that ruined modern combat for something a little closer to home. The premise this time is that the main character is a new recruit in the titular Bad Company, which is the part of the US Army that gets recruited with only the stupidest soldiers available.
They call it Bad Company. A mismatched bunch of rejects placed to serve our country as cannon fodder.
Because it's definitely not like people who commit desertion, cowardice, friendly fire, or unintentional sabotage get dishonorably discharged or something. And even then, I have no idea why they called this group Bad Company, because for the entire game you see all of 4 people from that group, so they could have been called the Blunder Club and almost nothing would have changed. And just like Call of Duty Ghosts, the premise is completely illogical and screws the game right out of the gate, because the game makes these guys out to be the stereotypical underdogs that's been there and done that in every sports movie ever made, yet they don't come out on top in the end, and you cannot do that. You can't have your main characters be everybody's laughingstock and then give them special treatment when they're supposed to be used only for stupid cannon fodder missions. But here they are, B Company rolling in with tanks and special missions from their superiors represented only by their radio commander, Miss July. And no, the Playboy comparison was deliberate, since her highest contribution to B Company is being a target of constant phone sex.
I swear, you are from sweetvoices.com, I know it.
Sorry, Haggard, but you don't rank high enough to pick me up a cup of coffee.
Yeah, she told you, Haggard.
Since you asked, I am fine, thank you.
I get that the trope of military games is that the supporting roles are played by the females, but what Sweetwater does in the game is patheticness deserving only of face palms every time he opens his goddamn mouth.
Just tell me your favorite color, baby.
Which is all the time, since every character is one note as hell. Sweetwater's the soft-hearted moron and constant jabberbox, Haggard's the loose cannon who likes to blow shit up, and the Johnson ripoff is the commander of the unit 2 days from retirement, constantly whining about his missed fishing trips.
Tomorrow, Haggard. One more day of this shit, and the only thing I'm gonna be fighting a blue mark.
Their only purpose in the game is to avoid the game becoming another boring series of text boxes like Bodgefield 2, since they aim like they somehow failed the game's tutorial, and in of itself that's baffling, since DICE put in the work and greatly improved the game's mechanics to make it feel like every other standardized FPS that it should be. And it added a few things to help out, like the secondary tools that are available in a pseudo hotkey menu like Modern Combat's, but instead of fiddling around with menus, they're selected with bumper button clicks, which is more comfortable and efficient and is definitely needed, since that's how you find the game's healing device. An adrenaline shot that's reloaded every 15 seconds, can be used at any time, and is infinite. So the reason DICE didn't go with a regenerating health system is beyond me. What's the point of having a health bar when you can just go back to 100% whenever you want? The rest of the game is plastered down with the typical one-shot set pieces and kill all of the dudes challenges that you'd expect. And there are the vehicles that could have been a high point of fun and variety if they weren't all armored with plastic and styrofoam that ruin the tank combat sections due to the inability to take any damage, means that the player has to beat these sections only with checkpoint attrition, and the fact that all enemies in the game retain their mile-long eyesight from modern combat. And it's ironic they have super sight when the developer who gave them that had no vision for this campaign at all. Do you remember Call of Duty 4 and its story about a world-dominating terrorist being stopped by American and British guts and determination? Well, this is how DICE wanted to compete with that. They made a story about those 4 assholes going on a gold hunt.
No, Sarge, you can't be serious.
Yes, I am.
What? You want to go after the gold?
I'll never get any medal from the Army, will I?
You guys coming or what?
That's all this game is, a get-rich-quick scheme hatched by the Last Chance Squad that only happened because the Legionnaire pays all of his goons in gold bars only. This story is so one-note, bland, and filled with stupid character decisions and plot holes that it's legitimately amazing that Bad Company came out the other side successful. Yeah, they got away with the gold, and why is that? Because the US Army entrusted them with it. How did that happen, you may ask? Well, it's because the US Army declared Bad Company AWOL, released no reports about it, and then declared them KIA for no reason.
As far as command is concerned, you're AWOL as well as dead.
And that's a great end to a story that started with a member of Bad Company running into a neutral country and shooting up the place because he had a hunch the gold was within 200 meters of the border.
Where did Haggard go?
There's gold in them little hills!
Shit, that's a neutral zone. Haggard, fall back.
He can't hear you, Sarge. If he could, he wouldn't listen.
And that's the problem, people of YouTube. When all of the main characters are laughingstocks and they only win because of plot farts, this campaign is simply embarrassing for everyone involved. The US Army somehow lost Bad Company's whereabouts in spite of their ability to track them.
Do you have a location fix on me? Over.
Looks like Russia to me. Over.
And the Legionnaire who was leading this badass PMC couldn't even kill 4 cannon fodder soldiers using his mega death copter. Battlefield's gonna have to step up its game in a big way, otherwise it'll prove not to be even in the same league as Call of Duty. And maybe I'll get that look since next week we're gonna be reviewing this game's sequel, but until then, let's tie a ribbon on this one with a final score. And a proud victory for gamers. Goodbye, comrades.